It's your boy Basement Boxing Talk coming to you live. I'm gonna play this intro. We're gonna get started.
He say, basement boxing tall. You know I'm a warrior, right? Fuck that, I'm a champion. Basement boxing talk. Left, right, jab in the hook. Better protect your jaw. 12 rounds if you can last. Better protect your fall. I got hits like Mayweather. You hit that round of applause. No question, the problem solved. Basement boxing talk. Left, right, jab in the hook. Better protect your jaw. 12 rounds if you can last. Better protect your fall. I got hits like Mayweather. You hit that round of applause. No question, the problem solved. I'm feeling cocky. I hit a thing to beat the ring, a boof up like I'm Rocky. ASAP, any opponent think they can stop me. I stay strapped, chop, tryna learn my moves so you can copy. You gotta give it your all. Gotta give it your all. When you're back against the wall. When you're back against the wall. When you the one people call. When you the one people call. To keep greatness involved. To keep greatness involved. Basement boxing talk. Left, right, jab in the hook. Better protect your jaw. 12 rounds if you can last. Better protect your fall. I got hits like Mayweather. You hit that round of applause. No question, the problem solved. Basement boxing talk. Left, right, jab in the hook. Better protect.
It's your boy Basement Boxing Talk coming to you live. And I got my good brother, as always with me, my good brother Black Star Sports TV in the building. What's good, brother?
Hey, what's going on, man? I ain't heard that intro in a minute, man. That y'all be jamming.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, it's been a minute, man. It's been a minute, man.
Yeah, been a little bit, man. It's all right, though. Still around, still ready to do that thing.
Yeah. Well, I guess we started off with and if you're on YouTube and you're looking at it, the pick I have in the flick is Mickey Bay and Tevin Foreman. I want to get your thoughts on this one about what happened with this fight Saturday, and you get your opinion, man. What's your opinions on the fight?
Yeah, I kind of a little out of the loop. I know I just found out not too long ago it was going to be canceled, but I didn't really get the story why.
Okay, well, hold on. I got something. I'm gonna run it by you. So it was set off for Arizona, and you had Mickey Bay versus Tevin Foreman as the main event, and we also had Simpson, Mont Simpson, I think is his name.
Truck Simpson.
Truck Simpson. He was on the undercard, the co-main event. So, damn, I wish I could play it. It is the way I can play it. Okay, so first of all, with the co-main, it was four undercard fights. Then we had the co-main event, which was Truck, and then the main event. But after the 4 undercard fights went off, and it was time for the co-main event. Come on. It was just pause. I'm like, hell, but come to find out, it was a discrepancy with the gloves at first with Truck and his opponent. They were saying the Truck couldn't use Grant gloves. They wanted him to use some title gloves. Well, the problem was he only had one pair of gloves at the time that he had brought with him. And they said them gloves were supposed to be approved. Grant gloves, I guess, apparently supposed to be approved. So The commission went as low as saying that he can use another fighter that was in their camp, which his name was, I think, Tremaine Williams. He fought on the undercard too. He's another Calvin Force fighter too. He fought on that undercard.
Yeah.
And they were saying, well, he can use his gloves, and his gloves was already kind of bloody already from the earlier fight. But they were going to prove these gloves. Then next thing you know, it comes out, we have Devin Haney and some of his personal people with him. I guess Devin Haney had something to do with the co-promoting of the co-main event. And the fighter was just like, Truck opponent was just like, he's not getting in the ring. Like, he was advised not to get in the ring. So then you see Devin Haney in the same video, like, well, I'll pay for whatever's going on. You know what I mean? If it's whatever your fee is, I'll take care of that. And then the fighter was like, okay. It's like he was agreeing, but then his coach, which I believe is his father and his trainer too, he's like, well, his mindset is all messed up now. Like, and I'm thinking like, okay, I understand your mindset can be messed up, thinking that you was coming in the fight, maybe getting this amount of person. Now you're not getting that amount of person, you're getting another amount of person because due to the fight didn't sell. You didn't help sell tickets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was a back and forth thing going on until where it was just like, well, we're not going to go in the ring. We're not going to fight.
So he didn't want him to have the fight just simply for just the gloves, and then
it went from gloves, and it went to a contractual dispute because the guy was stating in the video like, well, I'm not signing you, Devin, and Devin like, well, I got the money, I'll take care of the money. Let's make the fight happen. Like, they want to make this fight happen. Let's make this fight happen.
Yeah, man. As long as the money taken care of, man, I'm in the ring. Devin said that out of the bet. Put Mickey Mouse gloves on, don't fight that fight.
I can't. Man. That's what we do. Oh, there's a good boy, good brother Brandon.
Hey, what's up, man? How y'all doing today, man?
Good. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. Trying to get my headphones to pair here. Hold on.
Man, I can't see letting the payday go though for something like that, man. I mean, the payday is the main objective for me. I don't. Man,
Brandon popped in at the right time when we need it. Explain it.
What's so right about it?
No, we were just right here. We just started the show. We were just discussing the Mickey Bay and Tevin Foreman card, and your thoughts, and to the people out here watching this on YouTube, Twitch, whatever, watching this on. Can you explain to them the contractual dispute that they had within this fight and why the fight was canceled?
I mean, from what I've gotten from everyone and from what they said, it was just money. The promoter had signed a contract saying that he was going to pay a certain amount, and I'm assuming that before the fight took place, either he or. And I got my son in the room, so if you hear a little boy screaming or whatever, that's my son. But before the fight took place, someone finally said, look, you don't have the money to pay you guys. So, I mean, it happens all the time. And it happens quite a bit in boxing and in music when people are trying to do these concert shows and stuff. It's just, it's unfortunate, but it happens quite a bit, man.
So what happens? Okay, then this was a televised fight. So what happens in I mean, because the fight, it just went blank. It just went blank. Like, I looked up, like, it just disappeared. The fight was off. Like, so in that instance, like, I don't know. How do you come back and tell your subscribers or your watchers on TV what's going on?
Well, almost every show has something that says the bout card subject to change. So you can sometimes explain and say, hey, look, unfortunately, this card is getting scrapped for this reason. The promoter didn't do that. So what they did was they basically said, hey, we're just going to disconnect the whatever, the service, the cameras or whatever, and go on about our business, which is not the best move to make. You want to tell the people who spent money to see something, and if they're not going to see it, why they're not going to see it, or give them something. But that promoter didn't do that.
It's kind of crazy because it's almost similar to Jamal Charlo that fight in Houston, man. It just went away. They never told nobody about what we're gonna do next or nothing. It's just like everything just flatlined and went away, and you bought tickets and it's like you don't know what's gonna happen. That's the part that leave a bad taste in your mouth. It's like this fight did the same thing, but man, to go from the dispute over gloves, and then when you were talking money, Devin come in and say, hey, look, man, I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you. I'll cover you, whatever needs to be the case. Hey, it's green light for me. So then I'm like, if that part is straight, if the money is straight, then what else could it have been if it wasn't? And like, I know you said the money, but I mean, Devin did come and say he straightened that part out. Maybe one guy, not the other, or I don't know, man. It's just really confusing to me.
Well, think about it like this, Black Star. Devin's not the promoter. So you don't have a contract with Devin. Devin can say whatever he wants, and the commission can't do it. The commission can't enforce that because the commission can only enforce the contract with the fighter, what the fighter has with the promoter. So Devin saying, "Oh, I'll take care of it," doesn't matter if the promoter isn't going to give a contract that says that whatever Devin is telling you, this is what you're going to get. And then when you add in the fact that, hey, you kind of already screwed me once on the money. How do I know I'm not going to get screwed again? And you say, you know what? I'm not going to take this chance.
Yeah, I understand. But how do you get this far and money still be, up in the air? Like, it should already been defined by now, I would imagine. I mean, I don't know. Maybe did they, agree to something before? Then they changed it. They supposed to amended it, and they didn't amend it. And then the fight came, and they were like, "Hey, man, you supposed to make the changes. You didn't make the changes." Maybe something like that. And I don't know. I don't know the procedure as far as all that, but I don't know. If you get the fight night, you're supposed to be good to go.
Yeah, but like I said, everything you just said is what should have happened. I mean, there's something they call a verification of funds. There's a letter of credit. There's things that the promoter had. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't happen. But whenever a fighter's getting paid something, you will usually find one of those two forms that shows that you actually have the money, so that you're not just saying something and then come fight night you don't have it. So someone should have said that Monday last week, hey, show me that you have the money. And if you can't show me that you have the money, then I'm not showing up for the fight. Like something they'll do in music when a guy's gonna go to a show and a promoter is saying, "Oh, I want you to come to the show." What they'll do is they'll show money in escrow. They'll give a deposit. They do something to show that, look, you're going to get paid, and not wait until you get here to say something, because they knew at weigh-ins they didn't have the money. So it wasn't like this was just like, oh, okay, I had the money and then lost it on Saturday morning or Saturday evening. It's like, look, I didn't have it at weigh-ins. I didn't have it Thursday, Friday. I didn't have it Tuesday. So the promoter should have really said, look, I don't have the money. Either we can figure out a different purse, figure out something, or scrap the fight. That's what they should have done. Like you just kind of said, somebody should have said something or done something, and they didn't. So now you have this thing of, oh, well, they're there, they done made weight, they done trained, they probably spent some of their own money, and now they're sitting here with nothing to show for it.
Everybody lost their money. They had a viable fight that would have made some money. Now ain't nobody made no money. What's going on, man?
Well, the fight wasn't going to make money. The fight, nobody bought. From what I heard, nobody bought tickets. It was nobody was really in there. People didn't really care to see the fight. So those are things where look, if tickets aren't selling, if tickets aren't selling before fight night, a week ago how many tickets you sold so far. So if you're not really looking at what your show is doing and saying, look, this is going to be a pay-per-view, streaming, whatever, I don't have the money, tickets aren't flying off the shelves, cancel it and reschedule. A lot of promoters do that. They'll have a show and they say tickets aren't selling, let's push it back 3 or 4 weeks and see if we can change that.
Well, there you go. You might just crack the whole puzzle right there. If that's the case, then I guess they were like, well, shoot, ain't no money coming. To get out of it, ain't no need putting money in it. So, oh well, none of the pain on it. It's a bad deal, man. But I would have liked to seen it though.
TS said, who was the promoters in charge? I don't know.
It was Better Than Life Promotions. I can't think of who the guy's name is, but he has. This isn't the first time where they've had issues with people not getting paid, and what they probably didn't want to do is give checks that they knew were going to bounce. A lot of promoters will do that. Unfortunately, they'll give you a check knowing the money's not there. Hell, they'll give you a check to an account that's closed. Have you signed that you got paid, the commission shows that you got paid, and then they are hiding, in a cave somewhere when you come looking for your money.
Wow.
Dirty game, man.
Wow. This is crazy. Hey.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, I say this happens a lot of times on these small cards, these small promoters, because a lot of guys think that, I want to be a promoter. And what they want is they want to have those bragging rights, but they don't understand that even if you're not paying for it, you're the one responsible for people getting paid.
Right.
So, I mean, hopefully people will not work with this promoter anymore if this is how they do business. And, they move on in the right direction.
Yeah, you gotta make sure everybody get paid. I mean, that becomes your reputation. People know, well, hey, we know when we deal with this guy. Hey, we get paid. That's gonna help you down the line as far as you stay in the game. But if you pull some crazy stuff like this, that's got to come back to hurt you. That's got to stunt your growth pretty good. Word travel fast. If somebody ain't get paid, they gonna let everybody know, hey man, I ain't get my money. Did they ever pay Bivol his money from that Canelo thing yet? Did they ever work that out? I never heard anything about that. You know anything about that, Brandon?
I don't know. I'm assuming he's gotten paid because he hadn't said nothing, but right. I honestly don't know. I mean, maybe Eddie Hearn paid him and said, look, whenever the money clears, I'll just give you money out of my paycheck or give you my money, and then I'll just take the money whenever it comes to me.
Yeah, out here, Canelo paid me, and y'all can pay Canelo. I go to his house, knock on the door. Look, man, write me a check, man. Hey, man.
Yeah, but that happened with that guy Du Bois saying he didn't get paid by Don King. A lot. I mean,
yeah, that did happen.
A lot of. I mean, this happens a lot. It's just never made as public as we've been seeing. But this, unfortunately, is not an unnormal thing, man.
But I mean, usually, if something like this happens, usually, won't the fight get canceled like days before the day of the event? Like, this was like minutes before the fight was supposed to happen. Like, do you think the promoters was just like, well, instead of cancel the fight, let's try to get as much money as we can get back by gate money or whatever, and then just blow the show? I mean, because I would think, like you said, they knew what the numbers was doing. So 2 or 3 days before this show was even going on, they could have been like, hey, we just gonna cancel the fight. But to go ahead with this fight and still have the networks airing this fight and airing the undercard, and then get to the main bout, the co-main event and the main event, and then pull it out. That was just kind of crazy, man.
Yeah, but like you said, like you and Black Star have said it like 8 times already. Someone should have said no, pulled, canceled, took off, something. Like if I know what, if you tell me I got to give you $10 on Wednesday, on Tuesday, if I ain't got the $10, I'm gonna say, hey, basement, I don't have the $10, bro. And that's what should have happened. But why it did not happen, I don't know. I don't know. I can only assume that whoever the promoter is, and like I said, this is not the first time this has happened with this promoter, but I'm assuming that this promoter just thought that if they don't say nothing, I don't say nothing, and we'll figure it out. Because I've seen shows where people have done shows and the promoter has checked out of their hotel on Saturday because they know they don't have the money, and the second that last fight is done, that promoter is in their car and that promoter is on the road headed to wherever they're from.
Salute to the good brother Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. Salute, good brother.
TS Boxing as well. Both my good brothers there. Salute to you. Yes, indeed. Man, that's something else. Man. Oh, he in the building now. We gotta let him in here. AKA in the building. Awesome. What's going on, bro?
We got the good brother AKA in the building.
What it do?
Hey, what's up, AKA? How you doing, man?
What it do? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
What it do? What it do?
What's good?
Charlene too.
We just talking a little shit. You was just talking about the cancellation of the fight. What was your thoughts on that cancellation of the Mickey Bay fight?
It's one of the weirdest things I ever seen before. So I mean, I guess to some people it wasn't weird, but to me it was like super weird. You know what I mean? And it's a shame because I know them boys really, really was looking to fight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All I know is that the audios that they got from, when they was in the room with Devin Haney and the little bit that we did here and the other clips that we seen on social media, it just looked crazy.
I agree with you.
Yeah, man.
My thing was, why would they wait to the co-main event and then just cancel the fight?
Well, it looked like half the card didn't make it, bro. It looked like, that's what I'm saying. It looked like half the card didn't go.
Well, yeah, the card probably was deeper than that. Like they say, I seen 4 fights, 4 undercard fights. Next thing I know, the screen went blank. The screen went blank. I'm like, damn, and nothing never came back on.
Yeah, I would assume what probably happened was those fights that did happen were slots that were bought. So the fighters who were A-side paid for those positions. So they had money to make sure those guys get paid. But the guys who were probably later in the card, either the promoter was supposed to pay them or there was something. And when people started hearing those rumblings about, hey, the money's not here, people started saying, well, wait a minute. If you ain't got the money, I ain't going out there.
Exactly.
Which again goes back to, if you don't have the money, you don't wait till the last minute to say something.
What's good, James? Good
Hey,
brother.
everybody. What's up? What's going on?
What's going on, brother? What's your thoughts, James?
Regarding
The cancellation of the Mickey Bay Teva former fight, the way they did it.
the way that they did it poses a lot of questions as to exactly the professionalism of the promoters and whatnot, because honestly it just comes across as really tacky. Like, I thought that it was like a Triller sponsored event, like thinking back to the Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos Jr. fall throughs. And I mean, honestly, for the fact that you had 2 former world champions that were set to box against each other and you couldn't make that bout happen, I mean, like, what other promoter do you know of would have 2 former world champions set to box each other and then it falls through at the last minute without any explanation? I mean, besides the lack of professionalism and you don't know what you're doing, there's no excuse for that.
Yes, sir. Nicely put. Nicely put. Nicely put. So, what do we do? Oh, what do we had last night? Okay, what was your thoughts on the fights last night, man? What you guys thought on the we had Lopez fought last night and the undercard.
Yeah.
What was my guy's name? Troy Isley. Troy Isley. What, tell me, you guys, what you guys think about Troy Isley and his victory last night over Tony, I believe his name. Something Tony out of Youngstown, Ohio. You guys get to catch the fight? Catch that fight?
Yeah, I didn't get to catch the Troy one. I caught the Xander Chaos fight, but I didn't get to catch that one.
What was your thoughts on that? I didn't catch that fight. I didn't catch that one.
Yeah, I mean, Xander Chaos looks like a guy on the move, man. He's coming up. He's only 19 years old. I mean, Puerto Rican cat, man. He looking like the goods, man. But he got a couple of things to work out on his defense, but he's looking pretty solid, man. He's gonna be somebody to to keep your eye on moving forward. I think so, but what is he? 154, I believe, though. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if Jamel moves on or something like that, what's left? Maybe there's room for him in there, possibly. We'll see. But right now he's just going through guys that he should be good. But he look good, man. I can't really criticize him for anything. He's chopping up on his defense a little bit.
Brandon, what was your thoughts on the fights you seen last night?
I mean, I would say with Troy Isley and Duke Reagan and Xander Zayas, I mean, they looked good. It wasn't a spectacular highlight reel wins, but some good learning experience, especially since they're so young in their careers. That they need these kind of fights in order to get better. I think Top Rank is moving them pretty well because Top Rank is actually looking at them and saying, hey, we're not going to baby you and pay you money because the second we put you in a real fight, it's going to be, World War III for you. So I thought it was good.
Yeah, them guys stay busy, man. They fight, 4 or 5 times a year now? Top Rank is doing a good job with that because I am interested in watching all them guys as they moving along. And also the other Puerto Rican kid, Blanca, I think he's kind of like coming back to the pack a little bit because he shot out there real big. He was knocking everybody out, and all of a sudden now he's kind of meeting the competition. Now he's kind of getting to the point where he got to start grinding and getting better about a lot of those things. So we'll see where he goes. But as of now, as far as the Puerto Rican cats go, I think Xander Yeha is probably the best prospect they got going so far now.
Think that's the best prospect they have going?
As far as Puerto Rican guys, right now.
Okay. Hey, Kate, what was your thoughts on the fights last night?
Well, all the younger prospects look pretty good. I mean, we did a couple weird haircuts. You know what I mean? One had a shag, the other had the Zamunda look.
Oh, man.
I mean, just keeping it on it.
Hey, I gotta be on defense, bro.
You know that one of them look like Eddie from Coming to America, but we're gonna keep it moving. Listen, it was they look good. Teofimo, I wasn't overly impressed. He did what he's supposed to do last night, but hopefully that'll lead to a bigger fight.
What wasn't you impressed by Lopez?
I seen a few times where he was a little wild or a little wide. And like I said, you didn't have a guy in front of you that was really pushing you. You know what I mean? Wasn't no pressure. Wasn't no any time when you was really in any kind of danger, So go ahead and cut the ring off, press him out about the 4th round, get him out of there.
So are you insinuating this because he didn't get him out earlier than what he got him out of?
I'm insinuating why he didn't. And it could have been a little rust.
Yeah, and they even tried to say, well, he only sparred 2 weeks out of the training camp, which I thought was odd. But I didn't think when he went in the ring, he did like he he was definitely off. He was backing up. He was moving from this guy. This guy didn't really have no great skills to remind me of, man. But he carried the guy for 7 rounds. The guy kept coming at him, and to me, he was the aggressor. He was the guy that was going at him. And Teo was missing shots. He didn't look good at all to me, as far as I would expect him to look. He should have been really fully motivated. Should have came out there like gangbusters and got this guy out there in 3-4 rounds. And to me, he didn't look like he was just, like he was taking it back and moving, and he was holding the guy and stuff. What you holding this guy for? This guy ain't got nothing that's supposed to, it just ain't look right.
So once again, I'm hearing that people are disappointed that Lopez didn't get this guy out before he got him out. He got him out in the 7th round, and you and AK both said he should have got him out somewhere around the 4th round.
Okay. Now, I'm not focusing just on the stoppage. I'm talking about just, even if you don't get him out of there, at least, let me see you cut the ring off, let your punches be sharper, crisper. You know what I mean? It was a guy you was going to get out of there from anyway. But if you're not going to get him out of there, at least, be, doing your thing a little bit crisper. I expected a little bit sharper. You know what I mean?
He should have dominated him more clearly throughout the rounds, which I didn't think. I thought the first 3 or 4 rounds, you could have came 2 rounds to the other guy. And that shouldn't even never be said when it comes to a fight like this. That's the part that was disappointing. Now, you hit him and it come out of nowhere and you get the knockout and you win. Yay, but that don't negate everything I just saw before that happened. Because what if that don't happen? Wasn't that the major thing everybody kept telling Deontay Wilder? You can't rely on the right hand. You can't keep relying on it, right? Okay, it paid off, but meantime, in between time up into this, what if it don't? I wasn't impressed with him. He get the win, then he act like everything was so grand instead of saying, well, shit, man, I should have been toying with this guy whatever rounds until I got him out. If I did knock him out, at least dominate him to the point where the guy, don't look like he belonged in the ring with you. Because this guy was smiling between rounds like, yeah, I'm still here. He was shocked. And so was I. Because I'm like, who the hell is the dude? Especially when you lost like that to Campos like that, and then Devin come in and take the glory and go and run with it and everything, and you still want to talk all this stuff like other people ain't doing anything and they manufactured, but you're doing so much. But yet you step in the ring with a guy like this and look like that, you should be man. Why ain't you got a little Earl Spence sitting, man? Now give me somebody where if I need to fight. I need to fight somebody else and put the heat out there on the fight, man. Because that right there, what the hell was that? And ESPN is acting like, oh, look at him. He came out, he did, man. I ain't impressed.
Could it be that he did move up in weight? Could it be that it was just a problem with him moving up in weight and the stronger guys in their weight division?
And the stronger guys in the weight classes?
It's them guys, 140 is actually stronger than the guys probably 135.
It could be said, but if you want to jump in there, he would have been better off fighting.
We did see moments in the fight where Lopez was toying with him, playing with him before he got him up out of there, and maybe it might have been just a little bit of ring rust, him adjusting, coming up to 140, fighting a bigger guy. Maybe that could have been it.
Okay. If I go ahead.
Oh, but James, no, give us your opinion, James. We definitely didn't hear from you.
So I didn't get a chance to see the bouts in real time last night. I was officiating at a local card out here. But one of the things that I particularly noticed, at least with Teofimo Lopez in this particular instance, it's the fact of trying to reestablish that foundation and that confidence underneath him. Obviously, the world has seen time and time again how George Kambosos Jr. in essence just made him look like he didn't belong in the upper level. Like he just didn't look like he truly belonged, got exposed, and obviously that takes a toll on a boxer when that happens to them. So now here comes this guy, Pedro Campa, who's his next opponent, established in his native land of Argentina, brings him up here to the United States, And ultimately, this is Teofimo's debut at a new weight class, being 140. So ultimately, up here, Campa was supposed to make Teofimo Lopez look like a phenomenal boxer at 140. And ultimately, the smoke and mirrors trick, it worked. Because look at what people are talking about today. Oh, Teofimo's back, and he completely dominated and housed this guy exactly as he was supposed to. Ultimately, I mean, I understand Black Star and AKA's point, being that he was supposed to get him out of there in 4 rounds or less. But ultimately, just moving up to the new weight class, just making sure that this, not a sparring or a controlled situation, but in a live environment, to ensure that Teofimo could actually do it. He could hang with the higher people in the weight class, and ultimately, I think that the smoke and mirrors trick worked.
See, I would like to see them fight somebody like Mario Barrios. That would have made that whole thing elevated to me more. This guy here, I just don't see there was nothing there. I understand what you're saying about the confidence. That's true. He needed to build that up, but overall, he's claiming and he's talking all this smack about how all these other guys are manufactured. And he's so much. I'm self-made. I'm this and that. Okay, well, show us. Don't go out here and get somebody out there and out the scrap heap and throw him in the ring and say, okay, I'm gonna get in there with him and then get out and then do backflips and I don't care nothing about you. You ain't do nothing, man. I mean, there's guys on the street out here. I could have blindfolded.
Black Star. Black Star.
The same guy.
Black Star.
He would have beat him.
That wasn't the assignment. That wasn't the assignment, Black Star.
Right.
That wasn't the assignment. The assignment was. Go ahead.
I feel what you about to say. Is it assignment? Go ahead. I feel what you about to say.
I mean, don't and basically stop being a politician, because you were saying something about this guy he was fighting before it came on too.
Okay, now listen to this. My thing was this. I feel like this. I felt they could have Bob Arum, whoever, top rank, could have got him a better opponent. But as I watched the fight, before the fight was started, I said, yeah, man, who the hell is this guy? I never heard this guy. They always top rank, always pull some type of guy out of the woodwork with a record that seemed like it's just sitting on the shelf waiting for an opponent. Like, you know what I mean? Just waiting for these type of fights.
Uh-huh.
Like, and that's true. And that's certainly true. And to Black Star's point, yes, it would have been better to see a more credible opponent in that weight class against Teofimo. But again, I go back to the smoke and mirrors point. And what you had mentioned in like, oh, well, all these other people are manufactured, they're padded, I'm legit, I'm real, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm making these moves. But ultimately, he's following the same blueprint as everyone that he claimed is manufactured or not. Truly established on their own, because ultimately that's the way that modern boxing politics works. You have to do it that way, because ultimately it's like, oh, well, don't pay attention to these people, pay attention to me. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. So it's like, ultimately, it's the thing that gets people to talk about you, it gets people's eyes to be upon you. And ultimately, it's like those of us that are more boxing elitist and boxing purists, I hear you, Black Star. We're not impressed by that sort of thing. We actually want to see you like, okay, this was easy, light work. Welcome to the division. Now step up to greater challenges. Like, you've already aced the lower level. Let's see how you do on the mid level. If you do okay in the mid level, okay, now we can elevate you a little bit higher. And ultimately, like, when it comes to Teofimo and those other boxers that are looking to move up and things like that, I mean, they legitimately need to be able to prove to us why we should still be investing in them, why they're still worth our time and attention. But ultimately, I mean, they just got to start putting up consistently.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. But I just feel like he needed something to keep the bang, because they ESPN saying he's the former undisputed, which he wasn't. But then ESPN gonna tell you that he's undisputed, former undisputed. Okay, your belt has been taken by Kambosos. I ain't hear you say Kambosos' name one time. it looks to me like you're still running from the smoke because you've been running from Devin Haney for years. And then you get on TV and say, Devin Haney,
here we go.
he never wanted to fight me. But this man got
Let him finish. Let him finish.
Now, and also, he goes to 140. Okay, I understand it part ways. I do understand it part ways. But even though you weighed in still a couple pounds under 140, so you're not quite all the way up there just yet. So it ain't really time for you to go there as a necessity and say, well, I can't make 135. It's unfinished business over here. And those are major fights. I mean, Kambosos, you should be on his ass. The man took your shit. He took it. I mean, how is that going to sit with you? How you going to be able to process it? You know, and all of a sudden now we got these mental issues and all this other blase, blah. Get your ass in the gym, get back in there, and go get your shit. If you that guy, they manufacture, you're the real deal. Let's go. That's fine. If your actions match your words, then I can believe you. Then I can say, okay, when he says something, okay, well that's what it is. He's matching it. But when you saying one thing and doing another, I gotta call you out. I don't believe you. I think you just talking to hear yourself talk. But when I see you hop in the ring with these guys and you still say those things because you said some very derogatory things about Devin Haney in the past, but then when Devin standing beside you, you smiling like we the greatest buddies and he's such a great guy, but you talk all that trash behind his back. Don't nobody forget this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? So don't tell me about people being manufactured when you sitting here is proven to me. Because they sit here and they say you was undisputed when you never was. You never fought the guy with the WBC regular belt. I don't give a damn how you slice it. That WBC can give you 5 different belts. They didn't never give you that one. There's another guy got a strap. You're not undisputed. It's just what it is. You know? I mean, if you really be technical about it, WBC gave one to also David Benavidez, right? At 168. Canelo got the other one, right? What's going on here? All this is going on around here, and people say, well, but the one thing about the David Benavidez belt, though, I have to say, and I think Jamal Charlo need to just jump on that fight right now because David Benavidez does have a WBC belt, and he need to go get that damn thing and stop messing around. Because what else you doing, man? You see? I'm tired of these fighters sitting on their shoulders. Your fighters fight. Let's go. Let's get it. What are you wasting time for? You got a window this big to get whatever you're going to get done, to find your place in history, where you rank in this whole thing. I mean, if you're not out there going through them, then ain't nobody going to ever really know. And you're wasting your own time, you're wasting hours. And that's what we want to see. I want to know who the best is, who fought who didn't fight who, why this one did this, and why, you know what I'm saying? I'm watching all that. I'm eating my popcorn talking mad trash. Let me talk the trash, but let me talk the talk while you walk the walk. You understand?
Yeah. And to circle around to what you were saying about Teofimo trying to get back at George Kambosos Jr., right now, that's a two-edged sword. Because right now, what besides having the victory over Teofimo, what point does Teofimo have in going back to Kambosos without any belts? Neither one of them have any belts at the moment. So ultimately, that point, that is strictly about revenge. And then even that's a high risk, low reward. Because ultimately, if it doesn't put you in line for a title, if it doesn't say that like Kambosos is going to move up to 140 or anything like that, unfortunately, at this point, that's an L that Teofimo needs to take with pride. He just needs to take it on the chin, press on with his career, and ultimately do enough with the advancement of his career that people put the Kambosos fight in the past. But ultimately, at this point, if either of them get a belt and one of them's in line for the other's belt or something like that, okay, that's the time to prove to us that the first fight was a fluke, in that you weren't prepared, in that you had to deal with all this stuff and your asthma issues and recovering from COVID and whatever else. But ultimately, at this current juncture right now, there is no real legitimate reason to try to go after George Kambosos Jr. again. Right now, it's just not feasible.
I hear what you're saying, but you got to consider this too, because we all agreed earlier. You know, he looked a little gun shy coming out here, so he's trying to build his confidence back up. Where did he lose it? He lost it against Kambosos. This man beat me. That's not never going to settle well with me, whether he got a belt or he don't. That man beat me. I got a problem with that. I'm a competitor. I'm a fighter. I'm the best. I tell myself this every day. I'm not going in the gym thinking, well, you know, I don't know, I might have to work better to get better. No. I'm in here because I think I'm better than every cat that's out there. And I'm in here to make sure I show everybody I'm better.
Well, his career didn't end last night, Black Star.
I understand that, but I'm saying your focus and your drive should be more militantly towards that. Because now think about it, you were top ranked. Devin Haney over there too. Cam Bolters is over
Right.
there. Everybody, it's a big party over
Right.
here.
Right.
Party right here. This
Right.
is the guy that beat you. This is the other guy you say don't want to fight you, but you not scared. You will fight him too. But you are not going hard for these guys. Your name should be right in the middle of that, because Devin got this fight, and then he got a fight coming after that. Couldn't it be you? If Devin
Could it
beat
be?
you,
Could it be?
You
Could
see
it be? Could
Keep
it
your feet on the
be?
gas, my brother. That's all I'm saying. Put your feet on the gas.
Hey,
Well,
what's the problem with moving up, catching a couple fights, maybe Kambosa move up, and then you fight him just a little bit later? Because like James said, James made a good point. Right now, the risk and the reward ain't really good for Lopez. Because if you go back in the fight and you lose again, then what?
See, you just said if you lose, but do you believe you're going to lose? Is that really what you got in your mind?
I mean,
it's definitely
Yes.
a possibility.
Yes.
Maybe that's his problem then. See, that's his problem.
maybe that
Because
possibility is
If
because
I know in my heart, in my truth, that I'm gonna beat this guy. Yeah, see that, but you know that's revealing. But that's why I say you gotta watch their words and watch their actions, and then you'll understand what's in their heart. And that's right there shows it. Because if you had it in your heart, I don't give a damn. He's not better than me. I'm gonna beat him. Then you don't give a damn. It's not a risk to you. You know if I get him in there, I'm gonna eat his ass up, and everything's gonna be what it is. But if you start leaning on the ifs and you let that in your mentality, now you're moving different. And that's what I'm saying. And that's why I watch all these fighters. They talking this talk, just like Terrence Crawford. He talking all this about what he's gonna do, but when it's time to make a fight, he got every excuse in the world why it can't happen right now. For 5 fucking years. Man, I don't even, it's a name I swear to God, man, I don't even want to talk about Terrence Crawford, because him by himself, 5 years, 5 of them. This fight could have been happened.
No, it couldn't.
Oh,
No,
man.
it couldn't. Stop that out. You can stop that now. Cut it out.
Hey, AK, you know what? Prove me wrong, AK, on this stuff.
Listen, man.
Who holding this fight up?
Neither one of these boys ducked the other. The business of boxing took care of itself. We here now. We here now.
Why this fight ain't been announced and ain't already been had yet? We could have had a trilogy by now.
That's fine. I don't. Did you want when? Okay, let me ask you something. For everybody to keep talking about this fight, I know you want it. We all want it. But why do everybody act like the pandemic, the car accident, the eye injury, all of this stuff happened? All of it happened.
2017 is when it started. The thing about it is this though, bro. You know, they could have been done this thing, man.
But you know what? Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
When they get beat, AK,
he admitted.
I was 35. I was old, and you waited.
I don't think he's not. No. You don't. You gonna stop. You gonna stop going. Hold on. Don't disrespect that man like that. Don't disrespect that man like that. That man ain't like that. Listen.
No, that's what he's doing, bro.
Hey.
That's what he's doing.
Listen. They went another route. He thought he was gonna get Manny. He thought he was gonna get something else. He didn't get it. His promotional company didn't do right by him. That's what happened. We here now.
Man, I still can't say that this fight gonna happen, because every time it get close,
I'm saying it.
I'm saying it ain't gonna happen.
I'm stamping.
And I was.
I'm stamping.
Now I'm not feeling that way anymore, because all I hear from one side is I keep hearing all this negativity about why this, that, and the third.
Get off YouTube. Get off YouTube.
They gotta do all that. Where's the fight announcement at, bro? I mean, here we is in August.
Get off YouTube. Man. Yes, August.
Hey.
Yes, August.
Long time ago, man. Both these guys who are not.
I would tell you
training.
I feel like you, and I get real upset when we get to talking about this, because man, you got a lot of Terrence Crawford fans that say a lot of disrespectful stuff out here, bro. I
said facts.
They say a lot of disrespectful things, man. And it's the thing. This is the thing too. Like this is the thing that really gets up under my nerves with this, because it's not like I don't like Bud Crawford. It's not. I don't have nothing personal against this man.
I don't like Bud no more. I don't care. I don't like him.
Okay, listen. Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I don't have nothing personal against this guy. My thing of the whole thing is when you have Bud fans that start trying to they try to discredit Earl Spence to me, man. They try to discredit the fights that Earl Spence had. And I'm like, man, listen, when Earl Spence was on the 17th Street knockout, you guys were the same ones over here rooting. Oh, Earl, a bad motherfucker. Ooh. So it's 3 fights. 3 fights, bro. He has 3 fights that he doesn't get a knockout. Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Mikey Garcia. 3 top tier fighters. Mikey Garcia, he clearly outboxed. The man doesn't win a round. Danny Garcia, he had him looking purple like his shorts.
Real quick about the Mikey Garcia, I'm gonna have to put an asterisk next to that one. Let's be honest here. The boy was too damn small to be a welterweight.
Come on, man.
And going up against a legit welterweight as Errol Spence Jr., he wasn't supposed to win a single round in that one.
Okay, listen to this, James. Listen to this, James. I hear that everywhere we go, right? But listen to this. Don't nobody say nothing. Don't nobody say nothing when Adrian Broner moved up from 40 to 47 and lost to Madonna. Don't nobody sit up there. That was a hell of a weight class move for him. So I mean, come on, James.
It was one weight class.
But here's the thing though. Let's be honest though. Adrian Broner, with his boxing style and his technique, it was good in the lighter weight classes. It really was a legitimate style to have. But when he moved up even higher to 147, that style didn't work up there anymore. And we clearly see that it doesn't work up there. I mean, it's not that Adrian Broner's too small to be in the welterweight division. He'll be fine in welterweight. But unfortunately, his style and his mentality and his technique, his fight IQ, that needs to grow and develop with the weight change.
Okay, James, listen to this. Mikey Garcia is the same man that told Earl Spence, I see flaws in you. After he beat Robert Easter, after he beat Adrian Broner, he comes and tells Earl Spence, I see flaws in you. So how can you sit up here and say that we got to put an asterisk by the Mikey Garcia fight when Mikey called for that? Mikey called for that fight. He called for it, and I'm glad that Earl Spence didn't knock him out. I'm glad he sit up there and just beat him up for 12 rounds. And now look what happens. Look what we have now. We have a whole different Mikey Garcia. He comes out, he has another fight against somebody, he winds up winning, and then he winds up losing to somebody. Now he retired. But that's what he get for sitting up here telling somebody you see flaws in him. And so if you sit up here and you pick a fight with a guy and the guy bigger, than the guy sit up here and slump your ass, whose fault is that?
Fair enough. But here's the thing. Right. But here's the thing. You could say that you see flaws in the person, you could ask for the fight, and ultimately that is on Mikey Garcia's fault that he didn't physically or have the fight IQ to execute the flaws that he saw within Errol Spence. Unfortunately, if you can't back it up or you can't prove it, yeah, that's a failure on your part. Not on Errol Spence, not on your corner or anybody else. That is strictly on you, the boxer. So yeah, I do place fault where it belongs, right on Mikey Garcia. However, as the reason why I said that in general, because if we do look at Mikey Garcia and the move to welterweight. I mean, let I just call a spade a spade. As I said, the boy was too damn small to be moving up to 147. Like he might have had like the heart, the mind, and the spirit to move up to 147, but physically he just didn't have the body, he didn't have the mass, the muscle, the power, the frame to legitimately campaign at 147. It just wasn't a good fit.
I agree with you at 147.
Remember,
Mikey Garcia
don't.
looked flabby. He looked
I
flabby.
don't.
You think Mikey Garcia looked good at 147?
Here's the difference. He could have made it at 147. He picked the wrong guy. He picked the wrong guy.
Really? Come on.
Yeah,
Hold on.
He picked the wrong one.
Listen.
He picked the wrong one.
Oh, hey,
because
do you think
Mike said himself.
do you guys are right here, Brandon, Black Star, AK Chain, do you guys think that Mikey Garcia would have beat a Sean Porter?
He would have never fought Sean. But had he came straight up to 147 and fought like somebody, any other contender, or maybe like, let's say he could have fought a Keith or somebody like that. He had already beat. Listen to me. But he came straight to Earl. Now this is before the accident, Earl. This is before the accident, Earl. The killer. You know what I'm saying? You know, this you talking about the same Earl that came off an accident and beat Danny in the depression. Put Ugas in the hospital.
Yeah, Mikey said that.
He picked the wrong one.
Yeah, he kept.
I wouldn't say he picked the wrong one.
No. He fought Mikey after the car wreck, didn't he?
No, he fought Mikey before the car accident. He fought Mikey before he fought Sean.
Right.
Yeah, it was before the car accident.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Mikey did Sean.
Mikey said himself that the biggest thing that he saw in there was the adjustments that Earl kept being able. He seemed like he was so far ahead of him. Every time he make an adjustment, he made one. So he didn't go in there and say the power. He was overwhelming me. Even though his corner kept saying, "Hey man, you ready? You ready to get out of there? Well, we want to get you out of there." He stayed in there. But as far as boxing level, he was admitting this guy's boxing IQ was ahead of his. And that's the main reason why he lost. And the reason why it was on display is because Sugar Ray Leonard ran off at the mouth. Oh, I got Mikey. Mikey going to win.
Yeah, watch him out. He did, though.
Remember Sugar Ray said he had
I know what Sugar Ray said, but watch him out. I don't like the way he's saying it. Don't watch him out.
Have some respect. Have some respect.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna respect when he tell him what the hell he said, because he said.
At basement, I would say this: Mikey Garcia made the smartest move. Because Mikey Garcia always said that he fights for money. Boxing's a job for him.
See, that's what I wanted to get to too. Go ahead, keep.
Yeah, he always said that this is just a job for him. It's not his passion. Because I know, like in 2015 or 16, I think they had started a marijuana farm or some type of agricultural thing with his family. And sorry, that's my son in the background. But yeah, he was like, "Look, it's for money," and he got at that time his biggest payday with Errol Spence. And he's like, "Yeah, why would I turn down this money? And you guys want to give it to me? Okay, I'll go in there and do it." Because it's not like he fought Errol Spence and then fought 8 times after that. He fought Errol Spence, got a pretty good bag, then went to the zone, got another pretty good bag, and then fought Sandor Martin in an overpaid bag, lost, and retired.
Yeah. And plus, you got to look at it like this: that also almost got Earl a Canelo fight. Because Canelo started talking about it, and the Mexican fan base wanted to see him fight that. You know, they almost got to push into that. You know, hey. That's still one I want to see for the future, but it's not gonna happen when you got guys bojagging like Bud Crawford over here. Because if he hurry up and get this out the way, then he can get on up to some bigger and better things.
Man, let it go.
And that's
let it go.
With that situation.
Let it go.
Hey, I want to welcome my good brother Maniac to the show. What's good, my good brother Maniac?
Watch him. He moody today. He moody today.
I see Black Star on this bullshit again with that ugly ass flag in his background.
No, Black Star. I would say this Black Star.
What's up with you?
My bad, Sanchez. I was responding to Black Star. If anything, what Mikey did was a great move for his career because he didn't sit there and waste months trying to figure out stuff. He said, "Look, I beat Broner. Okay, I think he beat Robert Eastern." He says, "Okay, you want to pay me $4 million guaranteed to fight Spence? Okay, I'll go up and fight Spence. Go ahead, let's do it. We'll do it in Dallas." And then he said, "Okay, I lost. I'm gonna come right back, get another bag, get another bag." Because I think at that time he was looking at his way of saying, "Look, let me get away out of here and make sure my family is okay." He was never gonna. He was never gonna beat a welterweight.
No. What he saw was this: the fight that he should have got was Lomachenko, and he knew he wasn't going to get it. And then Bob Arum had everything pretty much tied up at 140. So he saw an opportunity because everybody. That's when Earl was the boogeyman. So he saw an opportunity to get a fight because nobody was stepping up to the plate. So that's what he did. But no, the fight he should have got was Lomachenko.
No, he would never. He never wanted a Lomachenko fight.
Loma at 135.
And Errol was never a boogeyman.
He never wanted. He never wanted to fight at 135. When he got back and he came out for his thing with Top Rank, and he saw what Golden Boy offered him, and he said, "What is this?" He said, "Let me go make sure that my family's okay because I don't waste a year and a half or whatever on some BS."
You do realize right after he fought Bunny, he had 2 belts and Lomachenko had the other 2. You know that, right?
Yeah, that don't mean nothing. He's not fighting for belts. He's fighting for money. He's not trying to say, "Let me get all these belts." He's like,
he
"Look."
said out his mouth. He said out his mouth. He said out his own mouth. He said, "Listen, I already know Bob Arum would never give me the Lomachenko fight. That's why I'm moving up." He said that out his own mouth. He said it bobbed him. He said they're gonna come up with every excuse in the book for me not to fight Lomachenko, so I'm not wasting my time. He said that.
I mean, and fighters have been known to lie.
What he lying about though? What is he lying about?
What he's lying about is the reason why. Well, first, he didn't try to go after Lomachenko. He said they're not going to give it to me because Bob's not going to give it to me. That's one thing. You know, if you don't say, "Hey, can we do it?" You don't know what they're going to do. And secondly,
you also got to remember this though. Hold on, not to cut you off. You also got to remember, as soon as he got the belt from Bunny, Lomachenko cried he needs shoulder surgery.
I mean, that still may be the case.
That actually happened.
I'm not saying what happened with Lomo, but he knew that. Look, if I'm going to fight Lomachenko, I'm not getting $4 million. It's not a $4 million fight. I'll take $4 million to fight Spence.
But it's a fight for undisputed, and I can go from there. It's a fight he should have got.
Yeah, but see, he doesn't care about.
We ain't got to dance.
He's never cared.
How you going
to? He has said he fights for money. He fights to feed his family.
Everybody does.
Everybody fight for Undisputed. Undisputed doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna get more money. It just means that you're gonna pay the sanctioning fees. Go through all those things.
He wanted that Lomachenko fight, man.
He might have wanted it. I'm not saying he didn't want the fight, but he was looking at money. He's like, look, if Al Heyman says $4 million to fight Spence, I'm like, yeah, why not? You know, yeah, I'll take $4 million. And let's be real, he was never going to beat Spence. He was never going to beat any legitimate welterweight. It was a cash grab, which I don't have a problem with that.
I know one thing for sure. One thing for sure, Basement won't tell Bud to his face that Errol will beat him.
Yeah, I will. I'll tell him.
I'm just playing. You know, I'm just playing, dog.
Hey, Black Star, see, he bringing that up because of what we said yesterday, man. That's all.
Yeah. Basement got out of his character yesterday, but we okay. We gonna allow him to have a moment.
Hey, see that be the thing. See that be the thing.
You took it to the streets, though, man. You took it to the streets, man.
Nah, bro. Because listen to this. The argument started coming in. This guy sit up here. He started dissecting Bud Crawford's record. This what this man did. He started dissecting Bud Crawford's record.
Yeah.
I say, okay, cool. I let him do all that. But then it's a problem.
Oh, Lord.
It's a problem when I say, well, hold on. Your man Bud went the distance more times than Spence. Then I tell him, I said, well, damn, when Spence was on the knockout spree, I know you wouldn't sit here talking this shit. So he go 3 fights, like we was saying, and this is back on the same topic we was talking about. Went on 3 fights against top tier welterweights. He didn't get a knockout, but he got the victories by landslides. Wasn't nothing close. A lot of people argue the Porter fight was close. That wasn't close. Mikey wasn't close. Danny wasn't close. But they sit up here and act like them fights weren't credible. Them fights weren't worth going 12 rounds with them guys. But
what I will say though, oh my bad, go ahead.
Here they say this though. And
let him in, because here come. Let him in. Here come.
These guys sit up and say, well, he knocked everybody out at welterweight. And I give them that. Cool. That's cool. Cause my man knocked a whole lot of motherfuckers out too. But I'm just saying,
just
credibility of these knockouts,
Campo, right?
The credibility of these knockouts are not what they're supposed to be.
I don't even know if Bud can beat Ocampo.
Yeah, I already did. He stopped him in 1 round. Chill out.
He never fought Ocampo. So stop.
Oh, I'm thinking of Spence. My bad. I'm thinking of Spence, bro. My bad.
Bud ain't fight nobody. That's the problem.
Well, basement. You know the problem is when it comes to the Spence Crawford argument is everybody starts at their conclusion. They already start with what the decision is, and then they work backwards to see. They work backwards to find the things that are going to support what they already have decided. So when people start dissecting resumes and all this stuff, they're not dissecting it fairly. They're like, okay, I think Spence is going to win, so let me dissect Crawford's resume to show you that Spence is going to win. And that's where the problem comes in, because there's not an objective view. It's my mind's made up. Now let me find everything that supports
That's definitely what Black Star be doing.
Yeah, but I tell you this, Brandon, and I tell the rest of y'all good brothers on here, because I think you're good brothers. But I can save you all time and energy about the whole situation. Earl gonna beat the dog shit about Bud. It's just what it is.
What?
He's gonna do it. And if it ain't so, tell Bud sign that fucking contract, stop playing games. Let's get this shit rolling.
Hey, we got my man Will in the building, man. What's up, Il?
Hey, what up with you, man?
Star, the worst thing that can happen if it's either a one-sided fight or early knockout. That's gonna be the worst thing, because people are gonna be conflicted on. I thought it was gonna be a super great fight. It was really a murder. My guy won by murdering this other guy, and people are going to be conflicted on how they really saw and really what they really thought about this.
I do agree with that.
They're going to say Bud was old. Well, I'm 35 years old. I was old at the time. But we've been talking about this fight for 5 years, and you the one slowing this damn thing up. This fight could have been happening. We could have been talking about a trilogy that didn't already took place.
Hold up, Black Star. If anything, if anybody get knocked out or stopped, we know it'll be Errol.
Bud got to prove to me that he can last more than 3 rounds and keep his eyes intact. Because he sure couldn't do that with that going what's his name from UK.
I just hope my man's got his dentist on speed dial, because them veneers gonna need to be repaired.
Veneers is fine. Ask Bud if he gonna shoot at the end of that fight.
Yeah.
Oh man. Where the big man at?
But no, for real though, I really think it's gonna be a high level, skill, technical fight, and that's what I look forward to. But you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna make my prediction of, Bud, drowning them in the deep waters for real, But I think either way it go, I do want to say this. Either way it go, I'm a fan of both, and whichever one of the brothers win, I'll be happy for them for real.
Man, they gotta give me this fight, man. That's making me better. It's pissing me off because I need it. My fight junkie appetite has just been kicked up. My sweet tooth was gone, and it Bojack. And every time I hear about the fight getting close, I hear something negative, and it's always from one side. That's why I'm like, man, I can't take it no more.
Salute to my good brother, God Bodies.
Hey man, stay off YouTube, Black Star. Everybody relax. Everybody relax.
Black Star definitely need this fight this year, because the Cowboys damn sure ain't gonna do shit.
That's the damn
Who your team? Who your team again? He ain't gonna say.
He ain't gonna say.
Hey, this shit is crazy. We
He
can't even.
like
AK, mind your business. Mind your business, all right?
Now, who's your team though? I didn't even know you watch football. You don't even watch football, do you?
I don't, but I'm gonna go with the home team. Shout out to Atlanta, man. You know what I'm saying?
Like you watch tennis or something, don't you? You like tennis or something?
Whatever, man. I'm just messing with Black Star because he ain't been on here in a minute.
I ain't gonna hold you.
You go jumping in people business, man. Mind your business.
Who said that?
Basement, moderate this man. Moderate this man.
Who the world is that?
Hey, man.
Who's that talking?
You know who is. You know who talking, man. Come outside, man. Let me see your face. Come outside.
I ain't coming outside today.
Yeah,
I got my daughter. I got my daughter beside me. Listen, but real talk though, Black Star, we gonna be some trash this year.
Man, I tell you, that game last night, you know, I've been trying not to watch nothing or listen to anything about the draft or anything. I put the Cowboys on pause all off season. I'm waiting for the first game.
We're gonna be some trash,
because last night right there, so you see how they had. I mean, I know everybody will say, well, it's the preseason, but every preseason is the same. They go out there, the other offense on the other team, no matter who it is, look awesome. They just passing. Look, Josh Johnson looked like they going Hall of Famer last night. Every pass, man, it don't matter. Watch, it's a reception. I'm like, don't nobody play defense over here? What is they doing?
Yeah, we done out here, cuz. We done out here this year, bro. Man, we done.
It's on some. And I ain't
last night was scary. I'm gonna tell you why last night was scary. Because my whole thing is I don't want Jordan Lewis and Anthony Brown on the field. And last night, the way them young corners was getting torched, we
gonna have to have
them. Hey, can I ask this right quick? I'm not sure if y'all covered it already. Basement. It's the AB fight is this weekend, right?
Yes, right. Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. How you feel about that? You feeling more confident the closer it get, or you know?
Hey, listen, let me tell you this. This is my honest opinion, bro. And everybody know I love AB. It's because he from the city, bro. But this one thing, this is my honest opinion. I'm having mixed opinions still. At first, when the fight was supposed to be in July, I was on board with it. Like, okay, he needed a kind of lengthy training camp to make weight and to get in shape too. When they pushed the fight back to August, this is where some of my confidence left. When I seen on Instagram that he brought his family into training camp, that kind of softens the fighter up in my eyes.
Right, I hear you.
In my eyes. So now I'm seeing you like you now ever since you done brought your family to training camp, your kids and your girlfriend to training camp. To me, it's like, that kind of takes away the killer mentality that you're supposed to be into. You feel me? Especially this fight of this magnitude. This right here, man, I mean, a win is not just a win. He needs a spectacular win.
No, he don't.
In my eyes. So I want a spectacular win to get back up to where you want to be at, man. Because, I mean, you understand? You don't feel what I'm saying?
Nope.
Yeah, I understand. Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you why. He's not in the position where we're looking at. If you're looking for him to try to reemerge himself or re-inject himself as a really actual somebody who's like had a threat to move up in ranks again, then yeah, he needs a spectacular performance. But if he looks good, gets a W or whatever, like he can, still get fights that make money, and we'll come out and watch him, or we'll tune in to watch him. But in terms of what he's doing in camp, he's been in camp an extended amount of time. It's probably why, and he's up there, with Clarissa Shields. He up there with, I mean, you know what I'm saying? He's been around people that could keep him focused for this camp. You know what I'm saying?
I listen to this. I'm not taking nothing away from there. I'm not saying nothing. It's just in my eyes, what I have seen in previous fights, and we had talked about this before, AK, plenty of time.
Right.
We have seen guys that at this moment is supposed to be killer mentality, kill to be killed, and come into a situation where they don't perform like that.
I feel what you're saying 100% though, Baseman, but I also know how AB can easily get distracted. So I think his family being there might be a good thing to keep him focused for real and keep him out of certain things.
I feel you too. It could work. It could work both ways. Okay, listen, Sanchez, you being a boxer, let me ask you this. So how do you feel, or have you went to training camp and brought your wife with you to training camp?
No, but I mean, so look, I'm gonna say no because I haven't been like I'm not a pro yet, so it's more so of a like a full team training camp for the Army. So my spouse is not allowed to come, but I wouldn't mind to have them, like if I can see them every day after training. I wouldn't mind that for real, because it could keep you out of a lot of stuff, because we go through everyday life things throughout these camps and stuff. So I think sometimes you having your kids there after training could uplift you, uplift your spirits, keep you focused. So I wouldn't mind that. I think it's a problem when when you got different things going on, like with the family trying to pay. Trying to handle everybody else's problems, and I think that'll be the problem. But with the family and the kids, I think that'll be okay.
So okay, this I hear that. So then, why is it the guys go away for camp then? My thing is, a lot of guys go away for camp to get away from family distractions and all that. So why go away for camp then?
Because some people get too comfortable at home. You know what I mean? When you can just go home, get in your own bed, when you can just go to your comfortable surroundings, you know what I mean? That type of situation. But in this case, if they just stop by the camp, I surely doubt if they like full pledge in the camp. Because he been up there so long. So he may have got, he may need to see him to stop from going in depression.
Okay. And I understand. Go ahead.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Realistically, everybody goes into camp and they go away for camp for the most part to stay away from all distractions. So they are honed in to training, to boxing, to fighting, to getting all the way prepared. So they have no distractions, family, etc. Nothing else.
Yeah.
AKA,
that's if your family is a distraction, though.
He needs to stop playing like he don't know what's up. There is a distraction. The family is always any outside of shit that's not fighting. They want to. Everything else is included. Is considered a distraction.
That's
per usual. You didn't hear the whole situation.
Nah, he's been per usual. You and Maniac was over here talking some bullshit, and I didn't want to sit back and listen to it. I just listened for a little bit, but come on, man.
Look.
Then I gotta see somebody with a Cowboys freaking flag or whatever in the back too, man. I don't know what the hell going on today.
That's right.
I agree with that part, Will, but the other shit,
do me a favor, Blackstar. G-check this, Bama.
Man, he don't know what he's talking about. He got to learn how to hold a football before he can start talking football. You understand?
Exactly.
So, we understand by that response that he don't know how to hold a football.
Nah,
that's all right. We're going to let
God body, I didn't see that, bro. I didn't see it. I got to see it. What did he say? What did he say? Hold on, my bad. God body said that we see AB on Cigar Talk when they asked him why he don't let his hands go.
Oh, that's an interesting question. I want to know that.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we already know.
I'm about to say, I think we all got assumptions, but
what did he say though? Did he say because I've been shell shocked and dealing with PTSD ever since Madonna, or what?
But as far as this though, it depends on his mentality more than anything though, really, because if your mind is in the right place and you focus in the right place as well, you're gonna be doing what you need to do to achieve the goal because he definitely fighting for his fighting life. He can't go out here and do no dud because that could just well be the end of it. But if he go out here and he don't like, but I don't know if I totally agree with Basement as far as him dominating, but he got to pull a win out and have it be credible. If he pull a credible win out in this fight right here, because he already talking some stuff like, hey, Floyd, why don't me and you have a fight? Why not? Shit, hell, that fight would sell. That'll make a lot of damn money, especially if your partner down on his luck. And that's what they did. Black Murderers Road. They took care of each other like that. Hey man, I need a fight, man. What date you got available? All right, bro, but let's do it on the such.
Man, if you
I
Floyd,
can't believe you just said that right there. I can't.
if
I
you
was
Floyd,
Why fight Conor McGregor again?
No. You can't. Broner can't be sitting back saying, "Yeah, Floyd. He need to big up me to do." Like, man, these men is their own man. He ain't got to do nothing for that man. He ain't got to do nothing with that man. They like that's unacceptable. He can't put that on. Hey, well, Floyd want to see me eat. Me and him he should put together. So I like, come on. That's like,
that's one man calling another man out to fight.
Man, he ain't calling him out to fight. He know Floyd ain't. He trying to do his own thing.
No other way. You got to get in that ring for that money. That's a fight.
Black Star. This is like talking to a wall, my dog.
I also think that Adrian Broner has to win this fight in spectacular fashion in order for anybody to consider him one of them dudes anymore, unless he wants to name his gatekeeper or something.
I don't know.
That's what I'm talking about, That's what I'm
saying.
Yeah. Broner said himself he wanted to be another top tier champion, at least at 140. And in order for anybody to take you seriously, you got to come out here and dominate this guy in dramatic fashion.
He got the ability to do it, but
yes,
really
he does.
Is the only question. And that's the thing. If his focus is right, and maybe we could be wrong. Maybe his family coming is gonna help. We don't know. But I know we talked about it before, and I know how we feel. We feel like everybody get him out the room. We about to go out here. It's time to right. We gonna murder everything in the building. We on the warpath. But for him, he's been in different mental spaces, so we really can't speak for him. And it's really up to that man. But if this really puts him in the right spot, and he stays from the club and stays from all that dumb shit, and in that motherfucking gym, and he is in fabulous shape, and his mind is focused, and he put his ability together in the ring, he gonna be a problem for Figueroa. And Figueroa is just a win is a good win because Figueroa is respected in the sport. He's not just somebody that everybody look at as a tomato can. Anybody can just go through him. You're gonna have to be decent to beat him. So if you do that,
they should have had him fight Alexis Rocha.
If you get the win, then anything else is necessary. You can take it up wherever you want to go with it. And maybe he need a little more time. Maybe he need this fight. Maybe he need a little more time in the gym, another fight to put him exactly where he want to be to challenge that next challenge. Who knows? Hey, maybe he do that or some shit, and Teofimo run up on something, and you get Teo ass. Shit, I think he'll whoop Teo.
Put him in there with Blair Cobb, sorry ass. He'll whoop his ass and kill the post.
I think Blair Cobb's man will fuck Adrian Broner up, man.
Wow, how he trash though.
He's gonna be a lot sharper the next time around.
First of all, Blair Cobb is not sharp. And we're not talking about Maurice Hooker. We're talking about Adrian Broner, bro. Don't play my man AB.
I know who we're talking about, but let's go on the fact. Any man that does not throw punches can be beat and will be beat. He don't throw punches.
And any man that don't have the technical ability to put his punches together like Blair Cobb can't beat AB. So what are we talking about?
Bro, how if AB don't throw no punches? If he don't throw no punches, anybody on here right now
can beat Blair Cobb just off ring generalship. Just off ring generalship. Oh, my bad. Let me explain what ring generalship is to you, because I know you like fighters that don't possess that talent. My bad.
Yeah, I'm a casual, so go ahead.
Man. Hey, but that's what makes it all interesting, man. So that's why we gotta have the fights. That's why we need the guys in the ring putting them fights together so we can really see what it is, man. Because people have times when they up and down, they're mentally in the right place. They not now. A lot of times they talking about they got all these mental problems and stuff, and that's becoming a popular excuse. But I mean, it's time for people to validate themselves in the ring. All that stuff about this, that, and the third, and then they want to talk that talk, but they don't want to walk the walk. Man, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. If you're talking that talk, you better walk that motherfucker as well. If not, you're gonna get it from me. You're gonna get it. That's what I do. I can't help it. I'm looking for the bullshit. I see I some bullshit over there.
It's clear God body just not a fan of Adrian Broner because he definitely don't know what he's talking about. What do you mean?
Young G, God body.
What is he talking about?
Yeah, God body is a young G, man. I don't know how well he knows Adrian. Earlier, he might not have seen Adrian towards the end than when Adrian was really AB like that. So, that might play a part in it.
He must be related to Ill Will because he just saying anything right now. You know what? I'm not even gonna let these people run my blood pressure up today, Black Star. You know what I mean?
Too late.
I'm not gonna let them do it. I already let some young whippersnapper do it earlier. I ain't gonna let these folks do it.
Hey, what up, Bruce Gas? You still out there, man? I seen you in the comments. You still out there? It's Dusty snoring, man.
Hey, anyway, hey man, pro debut coming soon in November. Y'all see, right. we in shape. We at 155. We looking good, and it's gonna be a problem at 147.
All I know is you better not get slumped. I know that much.
Hey man, he ready to rumble, man. See him? He ready to rumble. That's what I'm talking about.
AK, I ain't never got slumped. Never been stopped. Thank God. But we focused, man. We ready, bro. Come on now.
That's right, man. Don't put that energy in the room.
You feel me?
For sure. Handle that business, my bro.
Nah, we got your back, dog. We definitely gonna want to check you out, see what you're doing.
So,
hey man, pull up to South Carolina, man. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be at the Coliseum in South Carolina. Y'all pull up there, man. Come support your boy.
I mean, promote your stuff, man. Let everybody know what's going on. Promote your stuff.
Are you gonna put out a highlight reel first or anything so we can share it or anything like that to help you, to help promote it?
Oh yeah. Soon camp start. I'm gonna put together a little tape and put it out there and everything. Yeah, pro debut coming up soon, November. I have a specific date for y'all as soon as I find out. But I know the venue is booked, the month is booked as far as the show, and you know what I'm saying. I'm mainly at McGee, former Army boxer. Turning pro at 147, then I'm gonna drop down to 140 and beat up on them little kids. And just
what was your record in the Army?
I only had 13 fights. I was 8-5. I only had 13 fights, but I done beat plenty of people with hundreds of fights. So, hey man, you know what I mean? We out here, we real boxers. I take the sport serious. Technical abilities. You talking about ring IQ, the generalship, everything for real, everything. But y'all gonna see, and I hope y'all get to pull up in person, actually see me display my skills. I'm a switch hitter, a boxer puncher.
Okay, switch hitter. So then, can we compare you to Jaron Ennis?
No, you can't compare me to nobody but myself.
Okay. You think you can? How you think you'll do with Jaron Ennis? About 6 to 8 rounds, maybe 6 rounds.
Well, I never been 6 rounds before. I'm about to make my pro debut, so most likely I'll be going 4. But
nah, Maniac, I ain't even gonna do that to you.
I was gonna say, Jaron Ennis is very talented, bro. But the only thing is he gotta fight me too, and I know how to fight. So, but yeah, he's very talented, bro.
Look, Maniac, I ain't gonna do that because the reason is you were in the Army fighting, so you're a bit of a somebody in the Army and in what you're trying to do. But Jaron Ennis literally wouldn't fight you because he only fights complete, absolute nobodies.
You're not finna play boots like that. But anyway, But yeah, man, y'all look forward to seeing me turning pro, man. And, hopefully, I can see some of y'all down there for my pro debut. And if anybody want to reach out for sponsorship or anything for patches, you name it, let me know, man.
What up, AK? Hey, who's God Body, man? He down there in the track. He going crazy, man. Going crazy.
God, body, he come through all the time. He come through every time I do a show.
He's shooting at Sanchez, but it's all good.
Yeah, he is.
Give Sanchez that heat. You know what I mean?
It's clear he got Twitter fingers right now, so he just typed.
It's cool. I mean, look, anybody can get heat, man. You got some heat. It's okay.
God Body. Come on, Young G. Young G, all right, man. God Body, all right, people, man. He just got it. He got his opinion, man. So I want to hear it anyway. So come on in here, good brother.
Now I want you to take that freaking cowboy stuff, whatever that is, right there, blow that mug up, throw it in the trash.
You gonna take me
use that mug as a dog carpet or something.
My colors don't go nowhere. I don't care. I've been a Cowboy fan since I was a youngster. Shoot, let me tell you something, man. Almost the majority of the fights I've been in my life has been over them damn Cowboys. Look,
so you just haven't realized that they haven't did nothing good for you.
What you mean, man? Wait a minute now. We done had some trophies now. We done won some Super Bowls and things. So you can't be forgetting all that. You might be a little young.
In who lifetime?
But see, I was around.
Would you say in whose lifetime? Just because you wasn't around Sanchez don't mean nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
First of all, let me explain something to you, Black Star, and I know you got a little parrot on your shoulder by the name of AKA. He must be a Cowboy fan too, and I'm not surprised. But
right. Okay.
So let me explain something to you, Black Star. And out of all love and respect, my brother, sometimes as men we have to unlearn the things that we've been taught, and it's clear that you've been taught to like the wrong team. So it's I'm giving you the opportunity to unlike them because you shouldn't like them in the first place.
We've reached the all-time low in sports when a Cleveland Brown fan and Atlanta Falcon fan try to say anything to a Cowboy fan. We've reached the all-time low in sports.
Hey, man, what's that Martin character, the karate dude? Silence.
He reached the all-time low.
Dragonfly Jones.
Hey, you hear me?
Jones on him, man.
When two teams ain't never won a Super Bowl in their life, gonna talk about you. Where do you do that at?
Man, they can't get tickets to the game going Super Bowl.
I just don't understand how somebody from the DMV just jumping all around the country as a sports fan like this. This don't make sense.
Hey, ain't no problem. I can explain that very easily to you.
You ain't got that. No. Let him save it for the documentary.
This is pathetic.
Wait for the documentary. Because he don't know what he's talking about. That's fine. Let him.
This is pathetic.
Yeah, so are you.
This man is all the way in Dallas. He a fan of something all the way in Dallas, but he claimed the DMV all day. What kind of message do y'all hear this stuff?
Hey, bro, I'm from the DMV. That don't make no difference. That don't make no. Never mind. Do you know what kind of team that dwells in the DMV? That Commanders they call now. It used to be Red. Do you know
hey man.
That team?
Hey.
You know anything about them?
Yeah, but that ain't our fault. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
That sounds like an excuse. Because it is what it is. George Howard, Preston Marshall was a racist son of a bitch. And if you don't know, look it up. That's all I got.
And you think Jerry Jones is any better?
Hell yeah, he way better.
Still tripping. Oh man.
Hey, you ain't talking about Frank Howard Marshall though. I mean the Preston Marshall, whatever the fuck his name was, that owned the Redskins back in the day. Go check it out, man. When they had the Dixie flags and they made what was the fucking, oh my God, the running back they had that was in the backfield with Jim Brown, and the Redskins got him, brought him over, Bobby Mitchell. They brought Bobby Mitchell over. Bobby Mitchell was the one, because they didn't allow black players on the team. It was the last team in the NFL to let black players come play on the damn team. Do you know that?
Talk to him. Preach. He don't know. He wasn't
They were
around.
last one. Yeah, did you know that?
What do they got to
Yeah,
do with the Cowboys
Nah,
being trash?
let me hit up
Okay.
shit, man.
Okay.
let
Hey,
me hit
hold
up
on.
my granddad.
Let,
Maybe
let,
he
let, me-
know.
let me help him. Let me help him real quick, Black Star. For
You do
those
your
that don't
thing.
know, the DMV was also known as AKA Chocolate City, and the Redskins was the last team to let a black player play for them, and the Cowboys was the first. That's why so many people from here rock with the Cowboys strictly for that. And
Because
don't ask us no more. And don't ask us
Cowboys.
no more.
There you go. That's the end of the story right there.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
Yeah, we both. Don't ask
I
us no
mean,
more.
that's what's up, bro. That's cool and all. I love the history lesson because
You
that's
didn't
dope
know.
that the Cowboys
But
did
you didn't
that.
know. But
And
you didn't know.
yeah, I didn't know. I don't know. I don't plan to know anything else about the Cowboys besides different teams find a way to win, but they obviously find a way to lose. So, but
And so does
kudos to
yours.
the Cowboys, man.
And so does yours.
We're not talking about my team, bro.
Okay.
Mind your business.
We talking about
I
Y'all
mean,
crazy, man.
and you know what? And look, especially since we beat didn't we beat Maniac team like 43-3 last year or something?
man, we done beat a whole bunch of
I
teams.
don't know, but I don't live in the past.
Now they want to be the past now. They keep moving the goalposts, man. They moving that bad boy. Hey, but that's one thing about it. When you reach OG status, when they move the goalposts, we always can move with you.
Okay. So did this. We got Rona coming up this weekend. What you guys think about
Yeah,
the
man.
Rona
I'm glad though. I'm glad, man. I'm hoping he really do well, man. And I'm really rooting for Broner to come on back, man, because boxing miss him. And they miss him at his best. If he can get out there and get his mind back right and get focused and get hungry and go out there and really, give us 100%, man. And don't hold them damn guns in your motherfucking pocket. Let them some bitches out your holster. Let them some bitches fly. Let the chips fall where they may. If you go like that, man, I guarantee you're probably gonna surprise yourself. He's definitely going to show himself to be having improved. I don't see how he couldn't, because the greatest thing in his decline is the fact that he ain't been active with his hands. So that's automatically going to move you in the right direction. And I think if he do it against this guy here, this might be the perfect opponent for him to do that, because Figueroa is a good, solid fighter. Got a lot of good skills, got a nice reputation, pretty sturdy chin. You can go out there and really work him real good, and put the shine on his ass, man. Can't nobody just check their heels. Oh well, because people got a stench from the Santiago fight, but you can take that away very easily in this fight. You go out there and handle this and stop this cat right here. Well, if you stop him, I don't know if you'll stop him, but if you can, that's a hell of a plus. And your next fight, people gonna be like, okay, I want to see AB. And him with that, man. This was a guy that was on the trajectory of Floyd Mayweather, so could be a.
I don't know about that.
Well, not as high, but if you had to pick somebody that was in that direction, he fit the bill. Plus he good with the mic. When he get on there and get to talking, man, and that's what you need in the sport of boxing. So
I agree, Black Star.
I like to see that happen.
Oh, look at him. Ain't that cute? You just wanted to disagree with me, Black Star.
Hey, no, what you saying is real. I think at that time, anybody that fit the bill that was closer to Floyd, like it was obviously AB. And like Black Star said, I hope that this weekend coming up that the Can Man come back. You know what I'm saying? He was entertaining in the ring, and if I think Omar Figueroa has a relentless type of style that's tailor made for AB to just let his hands go and box the hell out this dude. I think he can do it, and I hope he call out some of these dudes at 140. And and I just want to see AB, from back in the day for real.
Facts.
It's possible.
Yeah, you just gotta keep turning Figueroa. Just keep turning his ass. That's it. Make him have to keep resetting. You gotta keep him a step behind you. Every time you do, you lead the dance. All night he gonna be behind you. He can't beat you if he behind you. He can be as aggressive as he want to be, but his aggressive going to be tempered because he's got to constantly adjust himself and refocus. While you already
Right.
you over here on I'm over here now.
And he's constantly squaring himself up, Omar Figueroa, for real. The style that he have, his brother Brandon Figueroa is actually better at it. You know, he let his hands go a little bit more. So if AB come back, he put his hands together and get this dude up out of here, people like God body gonna be crying.
But you see what God body put down there? Said Gary Antoine would kill Adrian Brown.
Well, I mean,
I got something to drink, dog. Give me 1 second.
Yes, indeed.
Keep cooking.
Yeah, Gary Antoine is something special, man. I really believe that. I think that would be a nice fight, man. I mean, that would be a nice next fight if he get past Figueroa. I mean, just think about it. I mean,
he'll never do it. He'll never do it.
Yeah, might not, but I mean, just let's entertain the possibility because it could be. I mean, and I mean, those are serious things. But then at that point, AB can go anywhere, do anything he wants to do. At that point.
Hey, listen,
I tried to fight as long as the same referee ain't reffing Antoine fight.
I tried to get him. Because we was on the live. I tried. They brought GT in there to talk to me, but GT and them wasn't trying to. They wasn't with the Antoine smoke. They wasn't with it.
Yeah. Hey man, I mean, he looking good, man. I tell you, I don't think nobody at 140 want a piece of that. To be quite honest with you, I mean, he really, they did a really good job with that brother, man. I think Garrett gonna be a damn good trainer too, man.
That's cap, Black Star. I think Ryan Garcia can beat Antoine.
oh man!
I'm playing, y'all. I'm capping. I just wanted to get somebody's blood pressure up, bro.
you did that.
I'm capping so hard right now.
Oh my God! It took a minute. I was like, did he just say what I thought he just said? But hey man.
Y'all just playing, bro.
Even that be a big event because he talk a lot of trash too. And two fighters that talk a lot of trash, it gets a lot of attention in the sport, man. And in a way, man, I tease the hell out of Queen Ryan, man. I don't think he's real, but if he ever got it together and used his mouthpiece and went out there and really got some of these real fights and did something, he could be something. It could be something in the sport. But him doing that yet, it ain't happened yet. It ain't happened. But if it happens, they come together, that would be a good thing. Like some of these young guys come up like that. I would like to see that. It need to happen, man, because more guys like that is making the sport better. Because I'm sick of hearing this UFC shit, man. Sick of it.
I don't even pay no attention to that ignorance when it comes to the comparing the UFC to boxing. They can't compare in my eyes. But I would like to see Antoine versus like Arnold Barbosa or Antoine versus Teo. You know what I mean? But I know those dudes don't have a title. But I do think those are
major fights.
Yeah, super names for him to have them on their resume. You know what I mean? And like even Regis, I really want to see him against Regis for real.
Man, and I've been talking about that for a minute, man. I'm glad he finally going to get a title shot. It's a vacant title or whatever, but they've been overlooking this brother for far too long, man. Josh Taylor got all the credit in the world for winning a very, very close ass fight. And, I mean, it just was. I mean, I ain't hating on Josh for that. He got the win, but come on, man. Why every time somebody fight for a title, Ramirez's name automatically come up? It's automatic. That's
what I'm saying. He done got knocked out a couple times.
Yeah.
No, he hasn't. Ramirez ain't never been knocked out. What are you talking about?
But the point is,
dropped a couple times.
Yeah. But Regis
calm down, AK. We know you love Jose Ramirez.
Just giving you facts, blood. Can't be out here giving false information.
Yeah, I ain't mean he got actually stopped or knocked out, but definitely when it comes to Regis, he actually, it was a toss-up fight between him and Josh Taylor to me.
Yeah,
Josh Taylor looked like oh my God, Josh Taylor.
They should have made his ass fight his rematch.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying. But he get this rematch with this person that we never heard of. You know what I'm saying? When the Regis Prograis fight was way closer than that one. And he actually looked like if you seen Josh Taylor's face after that fight, he looked like he lost the fight.
You know, he came on towards the end. I give him that, but for the majority of that fight, to me, I thought Regis had the fight. You know, but I didn't get mad with the win going that way because it was a close fight. But I thought he won enough of the earlier rounds to you know, have the majority decision. But
right,
you know, I mean,
but it's cool, Black Star, because we know AK he don't like Regis, you know, because he a threat to Antoine for real. So that's the problem.
That's gonna be that's gonna be a good day.
He'll clean Regis out.
That's gonna be
clean Regis out.
That's
My man clean
Regis. He'll clean up for Regis, or he'll clean Regis up.
He'll clean Regis up.
That'll be a good fight, 50-50.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't.
Yeah, that'll be a good damn fight though, man. 140 got some nice matchups if they get these guys together, man. And that's why I say with Teo, man, I expected a little more from him. You should be wanting to come back with a bang. When you have because he always put off like he got this great confidence in himself, like I'm just a takeover. What if it's truly the takeover? I'm not gonna be in there with no motherfucking C-class fight. I'm gonna be in there with somebody. Everybody gonna be like, "Oh man, you fighting him? Yeah, I got him there. Don't worry about it, because I'm gonna go through him and I'm gonna get to this other cat." You know what I'm saying? That's where you need to be. Because if you're not, then all this shit you're talking ain't really, you know, it's dust in my hands. This shit ain't real, you know. But you know, that's why I respect Earl Spence so much. Because he's gonna tell you something, and if he say it to you, you know that's money in the bank. Because he said, "I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that," and he go right do that. Okay, now you earn some credit with me. Now I'm saying, okay, when I hear you talk, I'm listening a little more because I'm feeling like you giving it to me straight, no chaser. I can rock with you. But you start talking that madness about I'm the best, I can this, and I'm on all this, and then they say, okay, bro, we got the date, we got this, we got that, but how come you keep crying about the money? Get your motherfucking ass in the ring, man. You know what I'm saying?
You back on Bud?
No, he talking about Teofimo. But I mean, we don't fight for free.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, goddamn, if I'm getting 2-3 million, man, well, just check out them 2, 3, or 6 or 7. I don't give a fuck. Pay me. I'm taking either one. I ain't gonna give either one of them checks back. I'm keeping that motherfucker. When it hit my hand, it's gone. Don't look for that bitch again. It's out of there. Go. I'm gonna be there.
One thing I'm gonna tell you this fella. This one thing I will tell you, this fella. I don't want near nickel or dime that belong to anybody else, but I want all mine.
Exactly.
I want all mine.
Yeah.
I want all of it, every last nickel. If it's mine, I want it. Now yours, I gotta have it. But if it's mine, I want it all. So don't make a habit of counting another man's money.
Yeah, no, we ain't gonna count the money. But I'm gonna figure it like this. If I'm gonna be so stringent about the fight on one, the money on one, I'm fucking up the money on the second. When I can take this money right here and put it with the money from the second one and make it much bigger than the fucking first one that even was, then I ain't worried about how much the first one is, because I know that second bag gonna be better than this motherfucker.
Man, did you even breathe what you just said?
I can't get to that second bag without getting to this first bag. Do you realize that? The second bag gonna be bigger than the first. No, regardless, right? The second bag gonna be bigger than the first. Because the fight gonna be bigger in the rematch, right? I think we all can agree on that.
But the thing is, though, Black Star, is we don't know what the future holds. You know what I mean? So you got to secure the bag either way.
Can't be no second fight without the first.
I understand that, but what, you know what I'm saying? What if, you know, I don't even want to go with what ifs.
But see, here's the thing, though. You got to realize time is ticking, man. He's 35 now, right? Bud 35. Bud keep waiting around and he penny pinching off this one goddamn fight, and you be 37, 38 years old having the damn fight. Then if you fuck around and lose the goddamn fight, then you gonna fuck up a third bag. You could, I mean, you guaranteed to, you know. But if you do something good in both of them, you could be a third one. There's some more money there, right? But you fucking it up, and that's what I'm saying.
It's Arrow the one who really fucking shit up for real.
Hey, explain that to me then. I mean, cause I'm all ears on that. Cause if you can show me an angle, young buck, I'm tell you, I'll listen.
Why you think so, Cinch? Why you think so, Maniac? Tell me that. Why is that?
All right, bet. A little history lesson, right?
Mm-hmm.
So look, what was it? 2017 when they met up in person, right? When they was at when they was face to face, right?
Oklahoma City, yeah.
Face to face, 2017. Yep. All right. So now, when that came about, it was always you know, it was the other side of the street, or, you know, it was always Errol coming up with some type of excuse. So now, fast forward, here we go. When Bud has a belt now, right? He sat here and told, Errol sat here and told Bud, why would I fight you now and not go the easier route? Because Errol realizes that I could potentially lose to this dude, but I have a much better chance of beating these other two over here, collecting the other two belts. Instead of, like, if you want the belts, if you want to be undisputed and you know you're going to beat Bud, just go ahead and get him out the way then, right?
Yeah.
Hold on. One thing. I think you misinterpreted when he said the easier route. When he said the easier route, meaning these guys were already on PBC, so it was easier for these fights to be made. Versus Terrence Crawford was on Top Rank.
How long they been in negotiations this time? How long has it been? You know how many fights Earl would have had if he fought guys on PBC side? Yeah, I mean, that right there explains the whole comment to you right there. It's so easy.
That's what he meant.
Okay, I like that angle. So even if that is so, right? If that's what he quote unquote meant, I know, you know, y'all Arrow fans, and that's how y'all want to take it. But so if y'all saying just take the money and, you know, you can make it up in the second fight, or, you know, this and this and that. So in that case, when it come to Arrow, why not just pay the man the money? Why not just pay the man the money so y'all can make the fight? It goes both ways, for real.
But this is another thing too, though. Terrence Crawford is coming to this fight with one belt. Earl bringing 3 belts.
And Bud won't name his price either. He won't never give you a price.
And so Errol don't win on. He don't win on wax, saying that, you know, I feel like, you know, a lot of it is my fault, just because, you know, I could have.
No, he didn't.
Private. And you want to bet? You want to bet? Come on now, stop it.
Hey,
this is Errol. If he would have
share this information, where was this played at? Where was this at? We bring it up.
This was a Fight Hype interview, if I'm not mistaken. And Errol, this is, matter of fact, and you know, I'm a man of receipts, so I'm gonna post it for y'all. I can't post it here, I don't think. But
everybody got DMs, just like you ignored that DM I sent you the other day.
Here this gotta go. All right, look.
Everybody got DMs.
So look. So what I'm saying is, what I heard was Errol saying that if he would have not said certain things, moved a certain way in the public, that's why they moving in the private now, and they handle negotiations in the private. He took blame for that, and I'm gonna prove that to y'all.
I mean, that part don't make sense, but okay, go ahead.
It makes perfect sense. You just don't want to hear it because that's your guy.
No, I'm both of them, my guys.
Well, I tell you what, though, if you can pull that up, man.
And you know what? I'm gonna be real with you, Maniac. The more and more you Terrence Crawford fans keep talking, the more and more y'all keep persuading AK to be more expensive.
Hey, I say
good. I'd rather have him on the other side.
He was all Crawford at first, but now he started listening to what you guys say.
Hey, you hear what
motherfucking Crawford now almost.
Yeah, you hear what they saying now? They saying that Earl should have came to the Maurice Hooker fight the other day. Why he didn't show up and meet Bud? Well, when Bud was fighting in Dallas right there, taking care of the last piece of business before it's just the two of you cats, where the fuck was Bud at? Bud was at home watching TV on Twitter fingers.
But listen,
you know what? You know what else though?
It didn't make no sense for Spence to show up to a DAZN fight.
No, he's been there twice already. They ran into each other 3 different times at Maurice Hooker fights already. You know what I'm saying? They've done that already.
It didn't make sense for Earl to attend a zone fight and give the zone the privilege of running up on him trying to get an interview.
But he's done it before. You know He's done it
I
before.
know, but not
You know
when
what?
we're in
That's
negotiations right now. Not when we're in negotiations, bro.
Yo, check this out. Check this out. Him and Bud have been in the same building like 3 or 4 times already.
yeah. But the last time Errol Spence jetted out the building once he stopped Sean Porter though.
No, he didn't.
He
See, that's what.
jetted
No,
over.
no,
What-
whoa, whoa.
That boy
Stop for a
took
minute.
off, boy.
He never
That boy
left.
took off.
He never left,
Stay
bro.
around
He
for-
never left. He
what
never
is
left.
he supposed to stay around for,
No,
man?
basement. No, basement. What they don't know is he never left. He never left. He was still in the arena. He never left.
You talking about a big ass arena? He damn sure left.
Bro, he went.
Not
Bro,
for-
he went. No, he went to press row and started doing interviews, bro. He never left.
He ran.
No, he run away. He's still in the building.
But look, check this out though, everybody. I mean, if
Hey, when he walked away, he walked away with disgust because he thought Sean Porter,
Daddy.
he had him. He had him. 'Cause
Yeah.
we all know
Nah,
Sean Porter was
that ain't what it was.
outboxing. Sean Porter was outboxing Terrence Crawford, and like
That's
Sean
cap.
Porter, what you mean that's cap?
But hold on. But before we go that far, Maniac, what was he supposed to do? Because Bomac made it clear that they wasn't gonna let Earl come up to the ring or say nothing to Terrence. So what was he supposed to do?
Bomac don't run nothing. What are you talking about? He made it clear. He don't even coach the fighter that he's supposed to be coaching. You think he can make decisions about who comes in the ring?
Hey man, that's what he said on the live mic. He said that.
Of course he said that. He just wants to be seen and heard because he damn sure don't be coaching. So what else he gonna do?
Is that not your man's coach? I mean, right hand man or no?
But man, if Bud had came to the Earl Ugas fight and got in that ring at the end of that, we would not still be waiting for this fight to be made. We already have a fight.
I ain't gonna say that.
How can you not say it though, AK? Don't you
And
think
what that got to do with the suit and ties?
because that
What that got to do with suit and ties?
we
That got
talking
nothing
about
to do
money,
with suit
right?
and ties.
Money's supposed to be lacking. People keep talking about they can't find the funding and the money is funny and all.
Y'all
that.
believe that? You believe that dumb stuff?
I'm saying it's what they're saying. But if he did that, would we be able to say that? I don't think so. Because at that time, I mean, everybody's attention was at that moment. Like, oh, what's next? What's the big deal? If he step in that ring and they have that moment right there,
It don't change a thing. They
I mean,
still be
damn
sitting where they at right now.
oh, you sitting in Jerry's world. You sitting there. If I'm Jerry Jones and I saw that right there, shit. I mean, what y'all think? Really look at the crowd reaction. Y'all really like y'all want
The fight, they're not gonna fight in Jerry's world. They're going to Vegas.
I don't want Vegas though.
Yeah, I do.
I don't want Vegas. Vegas get too much, man, and it's gonna let people go who don't deserve to go to the fight. I want the people who really want this fight to be able to go see it. So when you walk in the ring,
They agreed that it be neutral. They wanted to go neutral.
Bud don't want to fight in Dallas. If you go fight in Dallas, that place is gonna be so intensified inside that damn place that everybody know that you're going to Madison Square Garden back in.
But you can't give. It makes sense. You can't give nobody a fight of this magnitude a home game.
Hey man, I mean, this man got 3 belts. You got 1. I don't think you got a whole lot to talk about. You want the opportunity for the 3 belts or not?
So Earl being a man of his word, he going neutral.
I heard that Earl offered him 50-50 if he had to fight in Dallas. He turned that down.
Why would he want to come down there with Dallas? Why would he want to fight down there, bro?
Hey man, what happened to the 50-50?
So he can get robbed?
What is it? Is it 50-50 or is it Dallas? I mean, what is the hold up? Somebody tell me.
I mean, is it the other side of the street or are you scared?
Ain't no other side of the street.
Yeah, no more.
Ain't no that. They right here.
Now you want to lowball. Now you want to lowball my man.
50-50?
Other side of the street shit going.
50-50 is a low ball?
Here's the funny thing about this. I just want to give Sanchez another piece of information, right? The funny thing about what you said is this, right?
Go ahead and cap. Go ahead.
No, I ain't got a cap because I sent you this. Right around the same time that they ran into each other at the Maurice Hooker fight, your man is on live television. Not Bomac, not Bob Erm. This is Bud talking. He came out his own mouth and said that when he first came to 147, that Earl Spence wasn't his target. He said He said that out of his own mouth. So I don't know why y'all keep making.
Show me.
I sent it to you already.
Yeah, you made that up. You ain't send me nothing.
Say less.
PGA's big dog.
Say less. I sent it to you now. We ain't got to go no whole
Well,
bunch of them.
but no, for real, all seriousness though, I'm gonna come off and show my face on this one. All seriousness, I do like Arrow. I'm a fan of Arrow. Like I swear to God, bro, I can tell you everything about Arrow, But when it comes to
We don't
this
want to
fight,
know.
I just gotta choose.
We don't care.
I gotta choose one.
We don't care.
How you see Bud beating Earl? Can you tell me that?
Yeah.
He told you that.
So,
He told you that 50 times already. Stop asking the same question.
and why do you keep interrupting it?
Because you don't deserve to talk.
I don't. What? You scared to come outside? You scared to come outside?
I'm always outside.
You scared to come out? You know what? Matter of fact, bro, I'm gonna just let you talk to my wife because she probably explained it better than me for real. Because even she know what she talking about.
That's cute. That's really cute.
So anyway, so no, for real. So all right, so Black Star, this is what I got, right? I think Bud is more explosive. I think Bud, he puts his hands together better. I think he's faster. I think his combinations are better. I think I will give Errol the edge as far as discipline and defense. I think he takes less chances. But I also think that Bud has better footwork. I think his IQ is better. Now, if it had to go by categories, I'm not saying that he's just way better than Errol, but I give him a slight edge in some of these categories. So I think when Errol, like certain punches he throws, like when he throwing his straight to the body, I think he widens his stance a little bit too wide, and sometimes you can see him off balance when he lands the shot. You know what I mean? I also think that he pulls straight back on some of his shots that I think Bud can capitalize on. Now, I'm not saying that Bud is just gonna come out here and just blow this dude out the water, but I think he can take him to the deep waters and capitalize on some of these mistakes.
Okay. I hear what you're saying. I don't agree with some of the points you made, but I understand your way of getting it, so I respect that. So don't get me wrong with that.
Yeah.
But my thing is, for me, when it comes to Bud is a calculated fighter. Bud needs time to operate. Bud is a pot shotter. He picking his shots, right? He beautiful like that. That's what he do. But the problem is you fighting a guy who operates off aggression and instinct. That means he just coming. He ain't got a thing. He just reacts. And he's consistently just boom, 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 boom. It won't stop. So when did you have time to be calculating? After this guy's hitting you with the machine gun fire, and you coming back with bip, 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 and he's going bop, 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 bop. How do you win that?
Okay,
how do you stay confident enough to...
I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one, fellas.
All right, AK. So let me answer your question though, Black Star. This is how. Bud is very calm under pressure. You know what I mean? So, but to answer your question with a question, right? How will Errol respond? What will his response be if he operates off aggression when he's on his back foot? How is his response going to be?
How many times have you seen Earl on his back foot?
Probably, it's hard to say. Probably not. But I'm asking you that, right? You saying, okay, at what points have you seen Bud not be able to be calculated? That's what I'm saying. It's a double-edged sword.
I see Bud get in trouble when the kitchen get hot and the guy's going toe to toe with him for a while. He have a tendency to get caught.
Like who?
Green beans. You know?
Who?
I mean, yeah. Excuse me, man.
Who?
He just Cavernaculous. That's his name.
That's cap. That's cap. Bud was very calculated in that fight. And yes, Kavakalaskis is a good fighter. He's an Olympian. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people would sleep on him. He's a good fighter.
I can't co-sign the Green Beans, man. I can't co-sign that one. I think it's night and day between Green Beans and Earl Spence. And the pressure.
Definitely is.
The pressure about that with Bud is going to be so hard because Bud ain't never fought nobody that's going to have that kind of pressure on him. Make him second guess himself. Slow his pace down. He not
Who has Errol fought that fight like Bud?
He's not going to be that consistent. But see, that's but you can say that, but look at the work rates. I mean, if I'm a betting man, I'm gonna take them odds. If I can guarantee in a fight that you're gonna hit me less than I hit you, like that. But can you take that from me, knowing that I'm methodical and I'm breaking motherfuckers down, I'm breaking their bodies down. I'm making motherfucker Kell Brook take a knee and sit down, look me dead in my eye and say, "That's all right, fuck it, I'm gonna take a knee now. I'm
You
ready."
talking about Kell Brook? Do you know what Bud did to Kell Brook?
How many years after Errol did that to Kell Brook did he fight him, man? Really?
But see, what you failing to realize too, though. What you failing to realize is Errol Spence didn't do that to Kell Brook until after Kell Brook ran into Triple G, and then on top of
in 3 rounds, what did Kell Brook do to Bud Crawford's eye?
Nothing.
What? Let's go back and look at that.
He didn't do nothing. He came out. He came out, and he was a pretty good counterpuncher, but he really didn't pose a big threat to Bud how he did Errol Spence for real.
Bud Crawford need that one shot win, that one shot pop right there. That's what got that.
And let me ask you this though, Black Stuff. Who else beat? So after my man Kell Brook lost to Errol Spence, what was his next loss?
Kell Brook?
Yeah. Who was Kell Brook lost? His next loss after he lost to Errol Spence, because you know he went on a winning streak, right?
Kell Brook ain't never been the same since he fought Errol Spence.
No, he wasn't the same since he fought Triple G. It's a difference.
Huh?
Triple G is the one that broke his eye socket, and Errol and them not fixing it correctly is what made it worse in the Errol fight for real. He broke the other eye socket.
Okay, but he went back and had the other one fixed again, and then after all that, then he gets to Bud. But Bud is more
right.
impressive.
So, but he didn't lose again until he ran into Bud. Regardless if it was years later, he wasn't taking no punishment like that. He wasn't getting stopped or dropped or none of that. So you can't give Errol the credit and then try to take the credit from Bud.
You trying to do the opposite though.
No, I'm not trying to do the opposite. I'm just.
Kell Brook had the strap when he fought Earl though. He had the strap when he fought Earl.
He did. He definitely did. Well, what does that mean?
And he also had won the strap off of Sean Porter before then.
Yeah, I'll box the shit out of Sean Porter.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's gonna be an interesting fight, and I plan on being there though. So, but I do want to say, Basement. I know how this fight gets you. It raises your blood pressure and you get mad. But hey, man, I respect you and you're my brother. So when this fight actually happens and it gets made and we actually there in person, bro, don't swing on me, bro. When Bud stopped this man, bro, don't swing on me or try to choke me.
Bud better stop Bomac from ordering at McDonald's. That's what he needs.
Hey, I just hate when people try to just go at Earl, man. That's all. But I look at this fight like it's gonna be who can make the better adjustments.
Oh, I think definitely Bud.
Wow.
But I'm not taking nothing away from Errol. I just think Bud makes the better adjustment. You know what I mean? I ain't going.
Who you think got the better trainer?
Oh, definitely Errol.
So, if it's any adjustments that need to be made, who do you think gonna give that man the right advice, the best advice?
I think situation dictates though. Basically, I see what you're getting at. I think situation dictates because I don't think we've seen Derrick James in a compromising position to where he had to give like dire advice for Errol to adjust. You feel me?
He had to do it for Jamel though. In that first Castano fight, he was trying to get in his ass. He picking it up.
But see, that's a whole nother story. Because Jamel he's sitting here thinking that, oh yeah, I'm a knockout artist, and it's like, bro, like a couple years ago, you were really known as the more superior boxer between the brothers, for real. So I don't know until he got with Derrick James is where all this knockout artist shit started, and that's when he started losing. So
And
that's
teach
it.
him little tricks and techniques to set his man up to knock him out. And then he started going on that knockout spree. He did get comfortable with these knockouts.
And he loading up with his shots. He don't use his jab as much no more. Like, man, like if I pull up some old footage of Jamel, I'm talking about the boy was sharp. I'm talking about like he's like literally all the way on in his career. He outboxing Mario Rosa. He outboxing Gabe Rosado. You know what I mean? Like just using superior boxing skills. You know what I mean? If you was really that knockout artist you claim to be, instead of loading up these shots, if you was fighting like that back then, you would have been lost. Like literally, Tony Harrison beat you with a jab. Jab.
Yeah. Well, the jab kind of offsets. See, this is the thing about the jab with me. Some fighters like Manny Pacquiao, even Charlo, they set up when they fight. So if they fight an opponent that's sticking the jab out there constantly in their face, they got to constantly reset.
Yeah. I love the jab.
And it throws them all the way off.
But Basement, wasn't it a point in time to where they were saying the Charlo twins has the best jab in boxing? So at what point, if Tony Harrison is beating you with a jab, where's your jab? We was talking about one of the best jabs in boxing.
Like you said, he got comfortable with the knockouts. He started swinging on all his punches, thinking he can knock everybody out. And you can't knock everybody out. But when he came back for part 2, the knockout came in. When he wasn't looking for the knockout, when he was out there actually boxing, the knockout came to him.
I think, yeah. So I think, oh, my bad. Go ahead, Blastoff.
And then also you look at that second Castano fight, man. That was the best performance he ever had. He put everything together in that fight. And I was really
did.
On that one, man. I was like, wow, because everything that Derrick James was trying to tell him in the first fight that he wasn't picking up. He for some reason it wasn't registered. But in that second fight, Castano looked like shit. What the hell is this guy? I can't do shit.
Well, I'm more of a fan of Jamal. That's really my favorite, right? So the problem I see with Jamel for real is when he's throwing his punches now. Like I think Ronnie Shields really had that boy sharp, for real. But like under Derrick James, it's like he throwing certain punches and he can't. Like he's not even setting his feet. He's off balance a lot because he's trying to throw certain punches and his feet is not even set for those certain punches. You know what I mean? He's loading up with certain shots. He's overthrowing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised he didn't throw his damn shoulder out by now. You know what I mean? But when we see Jamel on his jab, he's stopping people. When he's boxing, he's stopping people. The knockouts come easier. So I hate we jumped from Bud and them to Jamel, but that was a pet peeve of mine, man. That's exactly why I always was more of a fan of Jamal for real, because I think Jamal just has more discipline.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. But hey, bro, I appreciate you having me on, man. But I got to dip, my man. But it's good to been talking, man. We ain't been on here chopping it up in a minute, but hey, man, it felt good. We could roll, man.
Right, man. It was good to see you and chop it up with you.
Hey, same to you, man. And good luck on your fight, man. Let us know all the information about it so we can help you promote that thing, man. South Carolina, man, for real. And you go out there and handle that business so I can talk some trash. I like to do that.
I got you, bro. I appreciate it, dog. All right, Basement.
All right, my brothers.
All right. Okay. Well, everybody gone. It's cool. But it's your boy Basement, man. It felt good just getting back together, man. It's been a while. I'm gonna get back on it so we get back to start doing this every weekend once again, every Saturday. I will be going live next Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got the big fight. We got Adrian Broner versus Figueroa. Also, by then, by the time I go live, we are fight card should be over with. Anthony Joshua and Usyk. They also fight Saturday. So I want to appreciate, man. I want to thank everybody who came out, man. Foremost, everybody in the chat. PJ's Big Dog, Chris Cabrera, Godbody, TS Boxing, Bruce Gas Boxing, Jazz. Anybody else who was in the chat. Appreciate you guys for coming out. Hit the subscribe button. Tell everybody to follow me, man. Follow me on Instagram. And help get these subscribers up. I want to thank everybody who was on the chat. I want to thank Maniac for coming through, man. Come on back. Welcome back, man. Thank my brother. What's going on, man? He come at the end of the show. What's good, brother? What's good? I want to thank my good brother Black Star Sports TV for coming through. My man Brandon Cotton for coming through. Ill Will for coming through, aka the Apostle for coming through. And everybody who came through on the panel, man, said they speech, said they works. Yo, Priest Dudley, what's going on? Yeah, okay. Yeah, go back and just rewind it, bro. We just talked a little bit, man. I ain't been on here. I ain't did a show in weeks, man. I had to come back and do one, man. But I'll be back doing them every Saturday once again, man. Getting back on top of it. Like I said, we got Adrian Broner and Figueroa Saturday. I will be going live at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That'll be the after the Usyk and Joshua fight. We'll talk about that. We'll talk more about Lopez and his fight that he just had. And I don't know. Hopefully we have an announcement for Bud and Earl. It's your boy Basement Boxing Talk, man. I appreciate everybody for coming through, man. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, man. I thank everybody for coming out. Follow me, subscribe to all YouTube channel, all media, social media, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. This is your boy Basement. It's been real, man. Appreciate you for coming through. Peace.